What's up, guys, and welcome to my first actual video on Battlefront, which is basically just my thoughts on Star Wars Battlefront 2. But I'm not really reading from any script or anything, so just bear with me on that. But yeah, so I think without further ado, let's just jump into it. So for starters, I'm gonna talk for starters. I'm gonna talk about new updates and stuff. So first, let's start talking about Scarif. I'm the biggest Rogue One fanboy, ever. And I think that with the addition of Scarif, that, I'm gonna love the game even more than I do. And, yeah, I just think, apparently they're using the landing pad map for Battlefront 1, which I actually never got to experience. But it's coming pretty soon, so that should be fun. And I think that that's just gonna be awesome, having the starfighters in the sky and having everybody on the ground fighting. I just think that that's gonna be a blast. And so yeah, the Scarif update is gonna be awesome with the addition of I'm pretty sure there's gonna be Imperial skins. So I think that they're gonna go down there could be two paths that they go down. Having the Shore Trooper be the default appearance that you go on for so if you're an Assault Trooper, you go in as a Shore Trooper for that map. Or if you're, so you go in for a Shore Trooper on that map. Or it's an actual skin that you need to buy. And I think that they're, if they do make that a thing, they're probably going to add in the Shadow Trooper as a skin you need to buy. And possibly a Shock Trooper. So I'm pumped for those Imperial skins. Because I've always thought that Empire needs new skins. I've never really thought that the First Order needed new skins, because we never really saw any appearances from them. But yeah, so I'm pumped for new skins. And also, that, I just think that the new update's going to be amazing, because they're also talking about new, hero skins, and stuff. And I'm not just talking about the upcoming update. I'm not sure if that's actually going to be a thing, if they're going to add in here villain skins quite yet. But after that, I feel that with the addition of villain skins a Hooded Maul, battle damaged Vader, and possibly a Revenge of the Sith Anakin, who has the yellow eyes, who has his hood on, who definitely looks more like a clunky character, with his robes and stuff, and making that a Vader appearance, but making it noticeable enough to where you can tell that it's Vader, and having his blue lightsaber and stuff. And I think that that's going to be amazing, having skins for just all the characters, really. Just maybe with the exception of BB-90, because they're good. But Han has at least 7 skins, and so does Lando. And we don't need more Han skins. That's just a thing of the past. And yeah, I just think that that's really unnecessary and not of any use to us anymore, because we already have all the Han skins we want. Just closing my door. And yeah, so basically I think that skin wise we're definitely on the right track, but I don't think it's going to come in the next update. Now, there's another thing I want to talk about, which is the new, quote, game, unquote, that's coming out, which is Project Maverick, which I'm not sure if it's confirmed to actually be happening yet, but it's supposed to be a Starfighter multiplayer game. And sorry if I sound a little bit short of breath. I'm a little bit sick. I have a cold. But yeah, so Project Maverick, and it seems like an interesting idea for a game. I love Starfighter Assault and Battlefront. I don't think it has enough followers as it should. But I still think it's a good game. And yeah. But yeah, Project Maverick seems like an interesting idea. I am pretty excited for it. I don't think it's gonna be the new Fallen Order or anything, but yeah, I think that that's probably headed in a good direction. I don't have enough information on it to be able to actually start talking about that. But now we're gonna kind of start talking about game modes in Battlefront. So I think that Galactic Assault, people are saying that it's not getting enough attention. That's just because they're going for supremacy. People are just mad that they put it in the more section, which, I mean, I don't think is, like, that bad. I mean, it's still the same thing. They just gave it a little bit of a, like, a title. But, yeah, I think the Galactic Assault is still really fun. It's really interesting. And, yeah, so, I think that people just need to, like, stop complaining about Galactic Assault, because I think it's fine, like, the way it is, and I understand, and, like, I think, like, do you guys want SHAREf or not? I mean, they're not working on Galactic Assault as much, so they can, like, work on Supremacy maps, and I think Supremacy is a good game mode. I think it's, like, definitely one of the longer game modes, but I just think that, yeah, so, like, it's just, Supremacy, I think, it's like a longer game mode, it's a fun game mode, and it's definitely more of a cinematic game mode, because you can only play as the heroes from that era, and etc. But, so, I personally enjoy Galactic Assault more, which will probably change when SHAREf comes out. But, and now we're going to talk about, like, heroes. And I think that heroes are doing good. I'm not sure of any that need, like, buffs or nerfs or anything right now. I haven't really checked on that quite yet, but I think skin-wise, villains need more skins. I've already went over that, but villains need more skins. Heroes don't. Maybe Luke needs, like, an Endor appearance, so he can have another green lightsaber one. But yeah, I think that they should really focus on villain skins. But heroes versus villains, I think, is a good game mode. And I do think they do an amazing job of balancing out heroes to troopers in the game, because the heroes are going to be, like, machines. Like, they're going to be, or, like, heroes and villains. When I say heroes, I mean, like, heroes and villains. But they're going to be, like, amazing, of course. But I think in the original Battlefront, they made the mistake of making them, like, too good. And in this game, they're a lot more, like, they're not, I'm not gonna say, well, yeah, they're, like, less OP. So, like, if you're a trooper and you have, like, maybe 10 other guys and a Maul, like, walks into your fray, if they're not, like, the best Maul, then you're probably gonna kill them. And, like, that, like, makes sense. Like, that's probably how it should be. Because if not, that would just make the game, like, unenjoyable, to where, because you'd just be, like, getting slashed down by heroes all day. But I think that's, like, a super good, like, topic. I think that's, like, a super good thing that they have. And I enjoy that. Like, well, when I get killed when I'm heroes versus a bunch of troopers, I don't. But, I mean, again, I'm, like, sometimes I could be a whiny bitch. I'm going to admit that right now. But, yeah. And basically, I just think that, like, and now we're going to start talking about, like, how it has improved. And I think from launch, Battlefront was genuinely a bad game. OG Battlefront was way better. Everybody agreed on that. And I think pay-to-win thing is bullcrap. Like, come on, suck my dick, Battlefront. Like, I hate pay-to-win games so much, because it's just, like, I don't have money, okay? Like, I can't just, like, go out and buy stuff. So I like, that's honestly kind of why I played Fortnite, because it was free and not pay to win. But that's not what we're talking about right now. Anyways, so yeah, I'm glad that it's not pay to win anymore. And I think that, like, having it not having, like, the first priority was taking out pay to win, which I think is good. And then, like, they started to add more heroes in, which people liked, and excuse me, which people enjoyed, and yeah, they started to just make the game in all just more enjoyable. And they also, and then I feel like 2019 was really their comeback year, because they started off by, I'm pretty sure they removed the daily crate in 2019, which I'm actually not excited about that at all. I don't really care, but it did give people a lot more credits, which I mean, I'll take extra credits, but I mean, I don't think that it was necessarily a necessity. Sorry, Zanny. But I do think that that's not like a priority for sure, but I do think that it's good that I do think that like it's not needed that we need daily crates. But and then they started like adding in more heroes like Obi-Wan and Grievous, which was amazing, and then Dooku and Anakin, and etc. And yeah, and I think that those are like all good. I think it's like good that they added those in. Excuse me. And then they progressed to this doing pretty well, and then they released the ARC Trooper appearances and like the other appearances, which look dope. I love them a lot. And then the December update came. That's when they really sealed in their comeback, because Sith Troopers, at the addition of all the new reinforcements, Avizian Gunners, Sith Troopers, Rocket Troopers, SafeX Spies, etc., were amazing. And I think that they did a really good job. That was a really good call. The Rise of Skywalker update really saved them. And having the new appearances in the Celebration Edition, I feel like that it was really good for me, because like I was able to get all those appearances without needing to buy them all, which I love, because now I can have all these skins for my favorite heroes. And I think that it might not have been the best financial decision for Battlefront, but well, no, it probably was, because they probably made a lot of money off of that, thinking about it now. But I don't know. But yeah, I think that the Celebration Edition was a good call, like for the community. And then they just started to make the game more good. They added in more patches. They added in BB-8 and BB-9E, which were like, I'm not going to consider them like amazing heroes, but that was definitely like increased the hype. Then they added in ISB and what's the other one called? Ewok Hunter. And they also just made a bunch of changes to like reinforcements, like the Death Trooper. They gave him the new gun, and they added 4 new weapons, which was really good. Like I think that was just such a good call, because we've been wanting weapons for such a long time, and they definitely chose the right ones. I think the Cycler Rifle, I think the Cycler Rifle is, as an officer weapon is just like, I think it's okay. I mean, I'm not an officer main or anything, but I still think it's okay. And the assault weapon though, ooh, I love that thing. And same with I think it's called the TL, which is the heavy weapon. It might not, but bear with me. And I think that just really helped and like put the game back on its feet. And with the Scarif update, like, see, Battlefront keeps people on their toes, like about updates, which I love, because like they're constantly adding in new things, which like in order to, I feel like that's just like a good call to and yeah, so I think the Scarif update is going to be amazing. And yeah, and unfortunately I'm pretty sure the community manager Ben is leaving. I think I might have already gone over this, but yeah, he's leaving, which I think is not the end of the world. Ben was good. Ben was amazing, but I don't think that, but like, I feel like that another person could probably like take over that role fine. And I'm not like hating on Ben or anything. I love Ben, no homo, but yeah. So anyways, I think the game's just in really good shape. I think it's doing super well, and yeah, I mean, if you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing. And yeah, see you next live stream, because I'm probably not going to make a video for a while. Bye!